We know you love us, but the information on our podcast is provided for educational and entertainment purposes only. I understand I'm both an LPC and an LMFT. However, this is not intended as a substitute for professional services of any kind. If you or anyone you know needs professional help, please seek mental health services. It's Emma.
Hey, it's Zorric.
Host of the Dade podcast. And we have a very exciting show for you guys today.
We do.
We do. Because, Zorric, what is right around the corner?
Tax season.
Yes. Good answer. No. It's another holiday that happens in February. Everything's all pink and red.
That's all I know. Tax season, because I get like red whenever I see like how much I'm getting back. I'm like, what?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So I can assume that you will not be celebrating the V-Day this year.
I will be celebrating it with you.
Well, that's going to be a lot of fun for you.
Oh yeah. Lots of tequila, and
I have to work the next day, so...
They have the best chips and salsa there. So
they do.
Yeah.
We went for dinner like a few weeks ago. I went with my friends.
Oh.
We liked it.
How many?
How many friends?
Like a group of you? Or just one of you?
It was a group of us.
Uh-huh. Was it like a coven of women?
No, a man was there too.
Oh, a man? A man was there?
A man was there.
Oh. Are men allowed?
Sometimes. Actually, I was going to invite you, but you were out of town.
I was. Anyway, so how was it? Describe.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of food, which was good, and it was delicious. And part of me was like, I need to keep eating this. And then the other part of me is like, no, you're full. Like, stop eating. And you be intuitive when you're eating, right? And yeah, and I wasn't drinking. So I was like asking everyone, like, how's your drink? How does it taste? Does it taste delicious?
What? What's today?
No, it was in January
or
something.
Okay.
And I wasn't drinking. I'm drinking now. I'm not drinking today because I didn't tell Zorric that my throat's a little itchy.
I was like,
because he becomes such a man child.
Guys, if you're sick, please stay home. I don't care if you're walking down the street. You have to get away from me.
No, I needed fresh air too.
Okay. Fresh air into my place, breathing your sickness all over me.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think it's just this allergy, like the weather change all over again. Like it hits me and it hits me hard.
Yeah.
Like I told you, if I get a cold, I get a cold, and I'm more than happy to accept the cold.
Well, I think you've said this to me before. And were you sick or were you not sick? Like you're like, I don't feel good, but you still recorded.
Yeah.
But were you sick?
I don't know.
See, it could be allergies too.
Yeah, I think it's allergies. I think that's what it is. But you like react and I was like,
fuck
no. Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna tell him that my throat is itchy.
Yeah, don't tell me that.
I almost used it to cancel working out today, and I was like, no, Emma, you like worked out once last week. You're gonna work out this week.
Well, working out speeds up your sickness, like it's scientifically proven.
What do you mean, like speeds it up? Like I'm gonna get sicker quicker?
Like you're like sweating it out, and your cells are replicating faster whenever you're working out. So I try to do that whenever I'm sick. When I feel it, I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to the gym right now.
Well, I guess I replicated a lot of cells today because we did a lot of work today.
Who are you replicating with?
No, myself.
Are you sure you weren't replicating with a man?
No.
There was no.
You said your cells are replicating.
There was no man replicating with you.
Words against me. What's wrong with you?
Wait, so what are we talking about today? Anything?
We're gonna talk about Valentine's Day and all its glory.
Boo. Glory. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, so it's funny that you're like hosting a Valentine's Day event and you're like, boo. And I was like, yeah, like a long time ago, and you told me we're having a Valentine's Day event.
Well, I think it's just the holiday.
Is there too much pressure on you?
We'll get into what we're talking about, but yeah, it's a lot of TV commercialization, pressure. Do you have to do this? Do I have to do that? Should I buy her something? Should I take her out? How much should I spend? Where should we go? Should I buy her jewelry? Should I call her that day and say Happy Valentine's Day? Should I deliver flowers? Should I buy her a t-shirt? Should I buy her a dress? Should I, take her on like a 10-course meal and then
That's
go dancing?
stupid.
Should
I need you to stop
Should I
talking
get her
now.
dessert? Should I buy her, I don't know, should I get her a puppy or a chicken or like, iguana? I don't know. There's just so many things you have to think about.
That's stupid.
Yeah. That's what we think about us men whenever it's Valentine's Day.
So is
We're like,
it
oh,
helpful
shit.
if you're dating someone like me that's like, I don't care, please don't do anything?
Hell no, because that means get me something.
No, it truly means don't give me anything.
Don't lie to me. That means
No, I'm not
no,
lying.
That means get you something.
No, it means do not get me anything.
It means get me something
No.
or you will die.
It's just a one day a year. You are not allowed to get me anything.
Okay.
Because of that pressure.
Okay, when you have a boyfriend next year, we will write this down.
Okay.
We will write this down. Did Emma say that same thing you just said?
Yep.
Do not buy me something.
Yep.
And let's see if he
Yep.
doesn't buy you anything. And let's see if the wrath
Perfect.
If the wrath, I don't know, rains down on the man.
Perfect.
Kale.
I was dating someone last year.
Oh yeah. And did you say that? Like,
Yes.
don't buy me anything?
Yeah,
What did he say?
He was like, really? Like, he thought it was a trap.
Okay, it is a trap.
But it wasn't.
No. Did you roll your eyes while you said that?
No, I promise.
Or are you crossing your fingers or arms?
No, like, if I could call him and, like, defend myself,
Where's
I
his
would.
Where's his
I
number?
don't have his number saved anymore.
Give me his
'cause
number
it's
right now.
Deleted and blocked.
Send him a text right now. Send him a text
He's
right
gonna
now.
be like, "Do you miss me? Do you want me back? Come back to me."
When you said that, were you on? Did you drink?
I was sober.
No, was it during sex?
No, it was in the daylight.
Was it?
What's wrong?
Were you
with
having sex during the daylight?
No, no, I'm very serious.
Okay.
I've never expected anyone, and it was so funny because when people give me presents for Valentine's Day, I cringe. So that's my mom had to stop buying us stuff, and she loves Valentine's Day, and I kind of feel guilty about it. And my niece loves Valentine's Day too because I'm trying to condition her for her love language to be presents like me.
You cannot condition somebody.
Oh, okay. Okay. Every time
Can
she
you?
comes over, there's a gift for her. Every single time she comes over.
Is that a good thing? Because she's gonna expect that.
From me only.
What if she takes that and thinks, "Oh, everyone should give me a gift now. Men, women, mom, dad, aunt, uncle."
Well, that's why I'm special. I'm special.
Oh, yeah.
Because because I always have a present for her. Does my sister always have to have a present for her? No. Does she expect my mom to have a
Hey,
present
I
for her?
want a present every time I see you.
No.
Why not?
Are you going to buy me a present every time you see me?
I'm asking you first. I want a present every
Your
time.
love language is not gifts.
It is not gifts.
Mine is. So in theory, I should be expecting everyone to give me a gift when I see them.
Oh my
Do you
gosh.
see what you started now?
It's been a while since I pressed that button.
And I'm not even drinking today, you guys. I'm just drinking my tea.
It's called throat coat.
Oh my gosh. I was drinking it too when he said that. We have lots to talk about.
Oh, we do?
We do. No, but can I complain a little bit about my workout today?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
You can go complain.
So I had a personal best doing a back squat. So I lifted.
Back squat.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I lifted a lot more than what I have in within 3 weeks. And I was really proud of myself.
Back squat. What is it? I'm still confused. Is that like when you squat with your back?
You have the little bar on your back and then you squat.
Oh, it's called squats.
Whatever. Whatever. The terminology, it's a back squat. That's how I have it on my phone. It's a back squat. Anyway, so I got a higher number and it was a personal best and I was really excited. And then the actual workout, I hated every minute of it. So you had a minute to do, so you had about 20 to 30 seconds to do 10 wall balls. And then the rest of the time, the rest of the minute, you're supposed to do as many burpees as possible. I hate burpees. I hate them with a passion. Dr. Burpee, you're an idiot and I don't like you. And I will never like you.
It wasn't was it Dr. Burpee?
It was a Dr. Burpee.
Oh.
Because I learned it on trivia.
The question was, who came up with a burpee?
Yeah, it was. That was exactly what happened. Anyway, so he created the burpee, or maybe he wasn't I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna call him Dr. Burpee because I thought it was. I remember it being a doctor, and I was like, I hate him. So you had to have like 20 to 30 seconds. So in theory, you could have like 40 to 30 seconds to do burpees, but you had to do 10 wall balls in like 20 to 30 seconds. And so my first 2 sets, I was like, all right, I can do this. So I got my 10 wall balls in. I got 5 burpees in. And then that second round, I did my 10 wall balls, and I was like, I'm not doing a burpee anymore. I was like, I don't care.
And then
I couldn't breathe, so I started skipping the wall balls, and the trainer was like, you can't skip the wall balls. And I was like, well, I don't want to do them. He's like, well, you can't skip them. And I was like, well, this is hard. And he's like, no, you have to do them. And I was like, I don't want to. He's like, everybody has to do the wall balls. And he's like, if you don't get to the burpees, you still have to do the wall balls.
Ooh.
So it was funny because like so I was taking forever doing a stupid wall ball, like 10 of them. It was because
was he staring at you the whole time?
Almost. And so then like as I was about to do a burpee, he's like, all right, it's time for wall balls. I was like, I just finished my wall balls. I was like, I'm not doing more wall balls. I was like, I didn't even get to do a burpee. He's like, it's time for wall balls. He's like, I'm gonna watch you. I was like, no.
Oh my gosh. He was just on you.
So I just like reverted to like a 2-year-old. And so at the end of it, I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. And he was like, I know.
So did you finish?
I got some burpees in.
Okay. Well, you got close.
He's like, what could I have done differently to help you be successful? And I was like, not trying to like be positive motivation. I was like, that doesn't work. He's like, I don't believe in that. And I was like,
you know what you should have said?
We can't be friends.
I know how to motivate you.
How?
Give you a gift after every burpee.
Yes.
Tell your trainer that.
I'm gonna be like, hey, trainer person, I just figured out that money's gonna make me do burpees, so I need you to pay me money, please.
Yeah, as I swallow. But you made it.
That's what she
said. She did say. And you're alive.
I'm alive, and I survived, and I'm gonna be so sore tomorrow, but I'm going to get tomorrow.
No pain, no gain.
Ugh.
You have to work it. You have to twerk it to work it.
Yeah, and it was funny because one of the guys like next to me was laughing because I was just like, I hate everything.
It is rough.
And he was just like shaking his head laughing at me. And I was like, I don't care. I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, I think that's part of your thing because you want to complain, but you're going to do it. I think you just want to complain about it. What if one day you just didn't complain? What would happen? You did not complain.
It wouldn't be as fun anymore for me.
You didn't complain. How would your workout be? Okay, so that's how you have fun working out?
It would be boring if I didn't complain.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that like part of it?
That's the wrong answer.
Isn't that like part of
No, because if you complain, your stick. If you complain, it like demotivates you, and so you're not working as hard as you should be. Think positive thoughts.
I did. I was like, all right, let's do at least 2 burpees each round. And then the wall ball sucked. And then I was like, I hate everything. So it wasn't my fault. It was the wall ball's fault and the burpees' fault that did this to me.
Is that how you are when you cook? Do you complain?
No, I like cooking.
Oh, okay. It's just working out.
I cook with love when I cook.
Do you?
Yes, with lots of love.
You cook a lot.
Thank you.
Every time. I'm like, where's this food coming from? It's like coming from like the heavens, just like.
I love cooking. If cooking could be, it's an acts of service, right? So yeah, acts of service.
Okay.
Okay. I'm done complaining.
You done? All right.
You know, give me a book now. Last night was amazing because I know a lot of people hated on it. I don't care. The Grammys were on.
Yeah.
The Grammys were fun. And the opening was amazing.
Who
and
was
I was
it?
super happy, and I wanted to start crying out of like just pure happiness. So, Camila Cabello opened the Grammys. People know her as Camila Cabello, but that's not what it is.
Isn't she hot? Let me
Yes.
look her up.
She's pretty.
Camila Cabello.
2 L's, please.
Okay. Do you want to buy a vowel?
So she opened up the Grammys, and it was cool because she kind of had, like, she represented kind of like the houses in Cuba, which is very like Latin America, because a lot of houses are like that. Like my grandma's house is like that in El Salvador, where it's like the rooms kind of surround this courtyard. And so the courtyard is like her garden and where she has her chickens and like the kitchen. It's really cool. Anyways, so it was really sweet. And then she had her dad and her sister there, and I really wanted to start like crying for like with her, like just a pure happiness. And then one of my favorite men in the world came out, Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin.
And he has this little mustache right now.
Oh, he does?
And I'm just
gosh.
I was like, what do I do?
Is it like a 70s porn stash?
Yes, but it's so hot. It's like so hot. He's so hot. Oh my gosh, he's so hot.
Really?
Ricky Martin?
I think he's a good-looking dude, though.
Have you seen him shirtless? Yeah, he's hot.
But I think he's, yeah, okay, I agree. He's a good-looking guy.
I love him so much. And then, all of a sudden, there's someone sitting on this bench reading a newspaper, and I was like, who is this? And it's my other favorite man in the whole wide world, J Balvin. J Balvin.
Who is that, though?
It's J Balvin. And so you guys know him as the second rapper in Cardi B's I Like It Like That.
Oh.
He's the second rapper. So there's 2. So the first one is Bad Bunny, and then it's Jay. And then Jay shows up on that stage, and he does his little, like, he does his song from Mi Gente, and then... he's just beautiful too. So there's this beautiful woman in between these 2 beautiful Latin men, and I was just like, she is so lucky. I want to be there. I want to be a Ricky Martin, J Balvin sandwich.
Well, I think the guys are lucky too. Like, she's a pretty good-looking girl. Woman.
She's very lucky to be
very.
And I was just like, dang, like, I love them so much. I love both of them.
And what did they sing, by the way?
Camila Cabello, of course, like drank her Havana song.
Oh, I know
that. Which is what it was. And then Ricky Martin did one of his 2000 hits. It's Pégate. And then J Balvin did a hit of like a little ditty of Mi Gente. And then it was also really cool because they also had like a Cuban American trumpeter, Arturo Sandoval, and he's like apparently legendary. And he was amazing.
Is this still like the first 10 minutes of the whole thing?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so good. And so my niece was with me, and she kept trying to talk to me, and I was like, I need you to not talk right now. I was like, you can't talk right now.
A lot of
like,
action.
Stop talking.
Nice.
Yeah, I was really excited, and of course, like she started dancing because she loves this music. So.
Anyone, any big winners this year?
Yes, our girl, Casey Musgraves, won.
That's my new girl.
She won Album of the Year.
Wow, that's a big one. Who won? Is there like a best artist or something?
Yes, I'm trying to find
I think it was a rapper, the best artist, right?
Was it?
Yeah, and his name is...
I don't have it yet. Let's talk about...
His name is...
Let's talk about the Dolly Parton tribute real quick.
Oh, yeah? Very interesting.
Very interesting. No, it really was. Like, again, I had to tell my niece to stop talking to me for a little bit, and she got mad at me because she's like, no. And I was like, shh. Quiet, peasant. Not really, but I was like, quiet. Dolly Parton's tribute was amazing. So I followed like a bunch of people. So I knew Casey Musgraves and I knew Miley Cyrus were going to be a part of it. And I followed Dolly Parton on Instagram too. So I like knew who was going to be on it. And then they got on stage and Katy Perry, which I'm not really a fan of.
I am.
But Casey Musgraves, they like started with Here You Come Again. And I felt like Casey Musgraves like killed it. I was like, oh my gosh, you are like a country princess and I love you so much. And then Katy Perry would open her mouth and I was like, you're ruining it. Why are you on this stage? Get off the stage. I don't like you.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I feel better saying that now. And then Miley comes on. And she starts singing Jolene with Dolly Parton.
Mm-hmm.
And, like Miley Cyrus, sings that song so beautifully. And so then her and Dolly together was just like magical. And then Marion Morris, who is from the DFW area.
Who?
Got on stage. Marion Morris, she's also a country singer, got on there and they sing After the Gold Rush, and then Little Big Town came on stage too. They sing another song. Oh, they sing 9 to 5, and then they all got together and we're all singing. It was just a beautiful moment, and I loved it.
I think everyone should check it out if they haven't seen it.
Record of the year was Childish Gambino.
There you go.
Album of the year was obviously Casey Musgraves. Best new artist was Dua Lipa. Who else? Who
did
else did win?
Did our favorite people, Lady Gaga? Did she win anything for her?
Yeah, she won the best
Bradley Cooper
pop solo performance, and then best pop duo group performance of "Shallow" with her and Bradley Cooper.
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
Yep. Oh yeah, and then Drake won, and it was funny because he's giving his speech, and he's basically saying that it doesn't matter if you win awards, really what's important is if our people are going to your shows and seeing you. And they cut him mid speech. It was hilarious, and I was just like, dang, that was ballsy. And I was like, I give him props for that.
But that's a businessman right there. It doesn't matter if you win awards. It's all about the sales.
Right, that's what he said.
Yeah. I agree with you, Drake. You're my favorite now.
Hey, I'm not denying him at all. I thought it was amazing. And then people were hating on J-Lo's Motown short tribute. I liked it until the end, when all she did was, it was kind of funny. You heard me laughing because I went to bed early. You heard me laughing at the video earlier. I was cackling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because at the end I was like, all right, it just got a little ridiculous. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I don't understand why people are hating on her, but I guess it's whatever. We all have our opinions. I just don't have to agree with everyone's.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I have.
All right, so that was a lot of action-packed show, a lot of performances, right?
Yeah, so I haven't stopped listening to Casey Musgraves and Dolly Parton all day.
Well, Dolly Parton is a hero, especially for country music. So
I can't wait to be her when I get older.
You shall be her. Okay.
Gotta get my boobs done.
Do you want to read something today?
You can read something to me today.
Okay. Let's make it quick because there's a lot of things about Valentine's Day that we need to talk about. For sure. And you ready?
Yes, I'm ready for my bedtime story.
In my throat, you're making me think about my own throat. I'm like,
oh, I think you're fine. I'll get you some cough drops if you want me to.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to read a book called Things You Should Already Know About Dating a Fucking Idiot, given to us by Stephen Harrison. Okay. This is a very important one right here. Talking and listening, Emma. Do you listen or do you talk or do you do both?
It depends on, are you paying me to listen to you or are you being my friend?
I don't know.
Okay.
Both. Okay, so here's a tip. Be real and honest. Don't bullshit someone from the start. Guy, there's no point in making me fall for your fake you. Girl, not being fake. Guy, so you really love Star Wars?
No.
Girl, yes. Guy, name one character.
Princess Leia.
Samuel L. Jackson. That doesn't count. He's in everything. So, the moral of the story of this one is what, Emma?
Don't lie.
Well, in your profile. This is probably what he's talking about. Do you lie in your profile?
Just about my occupation.
Oh, okay. Well, that could be just you protecting yourself.
It is me protecting myself. I don't understand why people get down on me. I don't. Okay, it's intimidating. People are intimidated.
Okay. The second one here. Okay, you ready?
I can read minds apparently.
Obviously. Let's go one more. Don't judge someone before you get to know them.
Ugh, I can't do that.
Right?
Okay.
Easy. Girl.
Easy? Okay.
Girl, I Googled you this morning, and honestly, you seem like a dick.
Didn't we do this one already? Continue.
Guy, you can't tell that from the internet. Girl, I saw a pic of you drinking a magnum of champagne in a kiddie pool. I think we've done this before.
Yes, we have done this one
Okay.
before.
Okay, that's not good. Okay.
Is there a Zorric fail button? Where's the Zorric fail
It goes,
button?
I think we've done some of these already. Oh, here we go.
How are you not marking the ones that we've done already?
I don't want to. This is a great book. I don't want to write on it.
You should just get like little sticky note tabs down.
Okay, I'll do that. All right. Don't bring up your ex on the first date unless they ask.
Ooh,
You need to build a bridge before you cross a river of crazy. Girl, my ex and I used to come here all the time. Guy, oh yeah? Did you date for a while? Girl, since you asked, we dated for 27 weeks. I think our timing was just off, and he's really damaged from his parents' divorce, like gun shy, you know. Also, my daddy issues are off the charts, so the guy just jumps off the bridge. And, like, basically, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So when is it appropriate to ask about an ex on a date? First date, second date? Never?
Not never. It depends. However, I will say that maybe the first like 4 dates to 5, these are not conversations you need to be having because it can go south rather quickly, because you may think that you're painting yourself in a certain light and the other person's perceiving it very differently. So I'm not a fan of talking about exes until like we've kind of built like a true like bridge. Like the book said.
Okay, I agree.
So cringy. And the thing is that I know a lot of people that do that.
I do that. I like to ask, because you know our episode, it was
you.
like once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah.
I like to ask a question like, hey, have you ever cheated on somebody before?
Yes.
And then they, it's very awkward, but you get to say something.
It is awkward. And then again, it paints you in a negative light. And I'm not about like, I'm truthful about that. I'm not going to deny that. However,
yes.
You need to ask me when I'm a little bit more comfortable with you, not off the bat.
Mm-hmm. Like after a drink or two?
No.
Like before sex or after sex?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I'm going to cough all over you.
No. All right. So what are we talking about today?
Talking about Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay. So we have this article.
Uh-huh.
And Emma is showing me something that I can't read.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay. And it's called 5 Myths About Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And then, go ahead, Emma. What is this? What does this mean?
I guess there's lies about Valentine's Day that I believed that were disputed while I was reading this article, and I rolled my eyes a lot.
So there's a lot of stigma about Valentine's Day. You know, like, for example, you know, you always have to buy something for somebody. You have to go on dates. It's a romantic date or like situation.
I gotta say though that I like how in the Latin culture we don't call it Valentine's Day. We call it the Day of Love and Friendship, which I appreciate a lot more.
That's less pressure, it seems like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's all about celebrating your love and friendships, and it's not like the stupid Americanized version where, like you said earlier, it was stressing me out and I didn't want to hear you talk anymore.
Yeah, it's a lot of traditions that I think we don't even know where they came from, right? And I think we'll kind of explore this briefly on where it came from.
I did get my niece a Valentine's Day present, though.
What was it?
It was, I'm teaching her how to be creative and artisty right now. Artistic, that's the word. So I got her some stencils. I got her a little like unicorn, heart, rainbow, sun stencils that teach her how to draw those things and then color them in. So that's what we were doing this past weekend. We were just coloring that stuff.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
I hope she
that
liked
was her. She did. She
Good.
wouldn't. She drew on everything.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure she was happy.
That was her. You're seeing Emma / Valentine's Day present. That was it.
And you were showing your love language.
Yeah.
There you go.
Can you imagine how happy I would be if each time I came over you gave me a present?
Okay, so the first myth here, number one, is... So I'm going to read the myth, and Emma's going to talk about it. We'll both talk about it, but... All right.
I can't believe you just cut me off, you jerk.
Myth number one.
Okay.
Valentine's Day was invented by greeting card companies. And this is a common, I guess, misconception, I think, by everybody in the world. Because you watch TV and it's getting really, really, really close to Valentine's Day. And you see all these commercials, right, Emma? A ton of commercials about every kiss begins with K.
Oh my gosh, like engagements around Valentine's Day. I don't know about y'all, but like, ugh.
You know, we have a friend.
Valentine's Day engagements and like Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's engagements. Like, that's the worst. I think Brian Howie, like a few weeks ago, posted something about like holidays you shouldn't propose. The birthday was on one too. Like, do not propose to me on my birthday. Yeah. Do not do it. I will say yes, and then privately I will say no. You better redo it.
You know, I have a friend that you've met before. He's getting married on Thursday, Valentine's Day.
Who?
You know him. He's, yeah, you know him. We work together. He went to the last Halcyon event. That was like last year. But anyways, he's getting married. Huh. And good for him on Valentine's Day. So that's why he can't come do the singles event. Because he's getting married.
Who?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, so what this says...
Is it someone that I've hung out with recently?
No. You've met her before, though.
Met her?
Him. Guaranteed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have they been on the show before?
No.
Okay.
No.
Would you tell me that?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So...
It's not your best friend, though, right?
No.
Sorry, I'm just nosy.
Hell no.
I don't know.
Yeah, all right. So...
Okay.
So what do you think? So let's talk about this myth, Emma.
So the myth debunked is that this holiday was actually created by the Victorians. So the Victorian era obviously is during the Queen Victoria's reign, which is so crazy to me that like we were already a country at this point. It just like baffles me because I feel like the Victorian era to me like is like a lot. It feels like farther away than like as close it is to like now.
Yeah, it's like yesterday.
Because it was like 1837 to 1901.
Mm-hmm. So,
so what they did is they would exchange like tokens, notes, and handmade cards on February 14th. And so whenever the English post became a thing, they were able to kind of capitalize on it.
So wait a second. So at this point, there were no greeting card companies in existence. So this is already, you just debunked this with the first few sentences because there's nothing that has to do with that. So it talks about how it really took off whenever the postal infrastructure improved in the mid-19th century. And the penny post, the penny post is, do you know what that is? The penny post?
What is the penny post, Zorric? Since you're full of knowledge and you're repeating the same information I am.
I'm full of Wikipedia. So the penny post was a way, full of whiskey. The penny post was a way for people to send just small little notes back and forth for like a penny. This is like back in the day. This is like in 1680 is when the London penny post was set up. So it's basically
that's so cool.
That's basically how the post office got started, and they got started with people just sending small little things here and there, and eventually it was turned into like it was commercialized by this person called, his last name was Dockwra, and he started the first penny post sort of system in 1683. So it's very interesting, and it eventually turned into the post office in England. So.
Cool.
Yeah, cool stuff. Oh, Emma, I have a question for you.
What? Oh, no. I don't like pop quizzes.
What is the most popular Valentine's Day gift in the United States?
Do I have options?
No. Just first thing comes to your mind.
Flowers.
That's number 3.
Lingerie.
No, it's like 7.
Chocolate?
Yes, number 1. 44% of people send chocolates on Valentine's Day.
See, this is why people can't, like, this is why I work out as much as I do. And, like, I'm not, never mind. I don't want to talk about my body because I don't want someone to listen to and, like, have an eating disorder from it. So never mind.
Oh, and then number 2 is greeting cards. So chocolate, greeting cards, and flowers. I know everyone likes a good flower.
I do love a good flower.
Okay, so what else does this myth say?
So, like you said, greeting cards were actually introduced in the United States in 1849 and then began being sold by Hallmark in 1913. Cadbury put chocolates in heart shapes in 1868. So a lot of this is like within like what the past, I can't do math, 200 years? Is that math?
So, something like that.
Okay.
But you know, something else it said here is that Victorians were free to express risque flirtation over these myths. What would you write, Emma? Like, if you were going to send me something, would you, like, write something sexy? Like, what would I'm trying to figure out, like, what people would be... I mean, if...
I can't wait to see that ankle.
In bed. I don't know, something crazy, like...
I can't wait to lie upon your bosom.
And can't wait to enter your...
Ew, stop. Yours are not like Victorian romantic.
I bet there were freaks over there.
Yours are crass.
No, there were freaks in every era. Like caveman, I bet there were some freaks for sure.
Word.
Okay. Lots of freaks out there. And then it's all about money. Right, Emma?
It is now.
Tell me about the money.
Ugh.
What's it saying here?
So, Valentine's Day 2018, so last year, we as Americans spent $20.1 billion.
Shit, that's a lot of money.
And $751 million of that $20.1 billion was spent on pets.
Did you hear that, Buster? He's sleeping.
Oh, he loves me though.
He
hasn't like stopped following me.
But I think the most impactful statistic of all is that 66% of respondents agree that consumerism surrounding Valentine's Day has ruined the romance.
Word.
Put the pressure, and we're all stressing about. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just like.
I can't wait for you to ask me next year about Valentine's Day,
Oh
and
my
I'm gonna
gosh.
give you the same answer, and I'm gonna be like, "In your face, sucker."
We'll see. All right, Emma.
Word.
So tell me why myth number 2 is a myth, and I'll read it. St. Valentine's set the tone for this lovers' holiday.
So, Saint Valentine. Apparently, like this holiday is named after him. However, no one really knows anything about him. So one of the theories that they have is that Saint Valentine was sent to jail for performing illegal weddings. And a Catholic website says that I can't read. Sorry, Zori, can you read that for me?
A Catholic website says that his intercession was called upon by lovers and engaged and married couples after his entrance into eternal life.
Thank you. So now it's basically just kind of use him as an opportunity on like what kind of advice the saint would give them to today's married couples. So there were several 3rd century saints named Valentine, one who was decapitated on February 14th.
Like his head was freaking cut off. That's crazy.
Boom.
Bam. Done.
And so again, like historians just really know nothing about him. And so the quote that's on here says, "A connection of lovers with St. Valentine's with all its consequences for the printing and retailing industry is one of the less likely results of the cult for the Roman martyrs." So, in other words, these stories are probably just invented centuries after they died.
Yeah, and also I read something in that there's another sheet there. I'm talking about Saint Valentine's Day, and there's some legend that says that so he went to prison for something. Saint Valentine restored sight to the blind daughter of his judges, and before his execution, he wrote her a letter signed "Your Valentine" as a farewell.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like stories that like kind of connect or not really, they're just I guess myths, right?
Yep.
I guess that's all we can say.
Yep.
Okay, so I guess he did not set the tone.
No,
He
did not, because he did not care for Valentine's Day. He did not want his own day.
And this whole signature "Your Valentine," it's his name. It's like saying "Your Emma." I mean, come on.
Oh, I love that. Your Emma.
All right. So number 3, February 14th has always been a celebration of love. Can you debunk this, Emma, somehow?
Yeah. So, NPR, they had a story called "The Dark Origins of Valentine's Day." And so the real history can be traced back to ancient Rome. So their story is that in mid-February, the Romans celebrated Lupercalia.
Lupercalia sounds good.
A drunken festival that involved hitting women with the hide of a sacrificial goat in hopes of increasing their fertility.
Like increasing the goat's fertility?
No, the women's fertility, you idiot.
Okay. That's like, this is a crazy ritual.
Like, you're going to slap me with a goat to make me have babies.
Sounds like some witchcraft or something going on.
So this celebration was denounced by Pope Gelasius in the late 5th century. However, some suspect that this lusty spirit carried over into V-Day traditions.
Is that? But what? This carried over. Oh, the spirit of it carried over. Oh, okay. Not the actual slapping.
No, just like the lusty spirit.
Okay.
I want you to be fertile. I'm going to give you chocolates to be fertile.
You think it was a country person saying that?
I don't know. That's usually where I go anytime I impersonate anyone.
Are you trying to be Casey Musgraves right now?
Actually, she talks a lot softer than I do.
She does. Okay. Yeah.
Do you not know what she sounds like?
You turned me on to her that one day. I like her music now. Okay.
So also Geoffrey Chaucer is kind of the first person that talks about Valentine's, like feast days with romantic associations from the 14th century in his poem Parlement of Fools. I can't speak today. Basically, he imagines Valentine's Day as the occasion for birds to convene and choose their mates. That's actually sweet.
Yeah, so there's sort of...
and then I'm going to hunt them. I'm going to eat them.
In Texas? You still thinking about Texan things? But yeah, there's an association there. And there's also one talking about, written by a literary historian, Jack B. Orrick, points out that the holiday had no romantic pretenses, either literally or social in customs before Chaucer. So this myth here...
Yeah, so basically there's a 1,000-year gap between Lupercalia and then the imaginary avian festivity. So it seems unlikely the two are related. This is kind of fun. I like learning things.
Yeah, this is like Mythbusters for Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day edition.
Yeah. So myth number 4. Cupid is the incarnation of sweetness and romance. Why is this wrong?
I want to be a little Cupid. Because Cupids are not just cute. They're also freaking evil.
Okay, so...
And I think it fits my personality.
Okay.
So... obviously, like when we think of a Cupid, we think of like a rosy-cheeked cherub, like a little baby, right? However, this is not really what the Romans created the Cupid to be. So he is actually the incarnation of the Greek god Eros. So if you read poetry, He appears in Theogony by the poet Hesiod. So really, this god is called like the loveliest of all the immortals, and it was far from adorable. So he wielded power over god and mortal alike. And I love this, and making men's bodies go limp, mastering their minds and subduing their wills.
I hate it when that happens. So, in a classical depiction of Eros is feature a young man who is both beautiful and dangerous. And when I thought of that, Emma, the first person I thought about was Liam Hemsworth in Thor.
Ooh.
Right? He's like beautiful and dangerous.
Actually,
good-looking
that would
dude
be
and
Chris
dangerous.
Hemsworth.
Oh, Chris Hemsworth.
Thor is Chris.
Is it Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
Liam is married to Miley. You people, get this together.
Same name, confused. All right. So in this myth of Cupid and Psyche, Cupid is defined by his seductive powers, and his reputation wasn't exactly mild. So he was also called the Cupid, a demon of fornication. So when I read that, I was like, okay, this is a Chris Hemsworth Thor, but in a horny version because of fornication.
So it's like Thor, but like what's his face from 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah.
Like a gray Thor.
Gray Thor demon with just sexed up, ready to like
sexed up
whip
all
and
the
tie
time.
yeah. So if you see that baby flying around, think of a demon, Chris Hemsworth. That's horny.
That's
with a big
trying
boner.
to seduce you and make you go limp.
Yeah. Anything, there's some connection with, you know how they do the arrow?
Yeah.
It hits you in the back and you get kind of limp and fall in love. I guess maybe. I was thinking of that.
Yeah.
But so Cupid is not sweet, and I think he's more of like a Thor. And he'll like ravage you with love and sex. And fornication.
Did you ever watch True Blood?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I can't. Alex Skarsgård.
Oh yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
Okay, him but his like True Blood character, it was like a vampire that just like would have sex all the time, but like so he's like a god instead that wants to have sex all the time. So like take out his vampire teeth. That's exactly who I'm thinking about now.
That's it. That's Cupid.
Alex Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Yum.
And then it talks about how these, I guess it turned into a little baby.
And it turned into a little baby.
A cute little baby.
Because women need to have babies.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't take that out of context, women. Oh my gosh.
Not really. But okay, so I think we debunked this one. You know, Cupid is not sweet and romantic. He makes people limp and wants people to fornicate.
How can you fornicate when you go limp? I don't get it.
I don't know.
What's the last one, Zorric?
The last one, myth number 5. Valentine's Day is pretty miserable for single people. And what do you think about this one? I think it's wrong. Easy.
For sure. I think it's like because this holiday, the focus comes on like the relationship piece and not so much on like the friendship part, right? So I think that if we were to call it like the day of love and friendship, it'd be a lot more different than Valentine's Day, because then we're just like, I need a Valentine. Can I have a Valentine? Where's my Valentine?
Mm-hmm. And since we're experts, I don't think we even need to read this part, because we can easily debunk this.
Yeah.
Right? So just because you're in a relationship
does not mean that you're happier than someone that's single.
You could be you could be miserable in a relationship. Right. So that's easily debunked.
Do you know what I was gonna do this Valentine's Day that I'm not gonna be able to do anymore?
Masturbate.
No, you dummy.
What? What?
Yeah, I just coughed on you on purpose.
Oh my gosh. All right, what are you gonna do?
I was gonna watch Game of Thrones and eat ice cream.
Well, we're gonna have fun and meet people.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, I already have my shirt ready.
Yeah. So your shirt gonna come off, or is it gonna?
Yeah, my shirt's gonna come off. Everybody's gonna get a little teaser.
Oh, okay. So it says here that sociologist Eric Kleinberg discovered that almost everyone who lives alone does so because they choose to. Emma, you live where you live because you choose to.
Yes.
Right. Noting that one of his most powerful findings is that nothing is lonelier than living with the wrong person.
Word.
Also, people who are single are more likely to have strong ties to friends and neighbors than their married friends do. Because if you're married, you're focusing on your marriage, of course. And there's less time for hobnobbing with people you live next to and friends. And just, if your friend is kind of like pitying you, Emma.
You know what, though? That happened to me last year. And she wasn't a friend. She was like a work acquaintance. Mm-hmm. Can y'all guess if I was talking to her after that day?
No, you shunned her.
I did.
Your word, shunned. So if your work friend or someone else is saying, I feel sorry for you because you're single right now.
Which is what she did.
Just say this. Remind them that being married doesn't change your long-term happiness and that you and the other 110 million unmarried Americans are just doing fine.
First of all, she had just started dating that guy, and they had like a month and a half together, and she was like, oh, Emma's going to be alone on Valentine's Day. I should keep her company.
I know who that is.
Shannon was like, no, girl. She does not celebrate. She doesn't want you. She doesn't need you. And she like conned her way in. And then when I found that out, I was like... Wait. I'm going to record that as the actual drop. But anyway, so Emma, so we learned a lot about Valentine's Day. A lot about Valentine's Day is, I think it wasn't started obviously by greeting card companies. Nope. It was just kind of held on and evolved into, another money making holiday, just like every other holiday. Companies try to capitalize on. You know where I'm going to be at on Friday, right?
Where?
At the store buying all the chocolate.
Oh yeah, the extra chocolate that all the people have given out that maybe returned and didn't want or something. I don't know.
Fine.
Okay.
Guess where I'm gonna bring it and share too?
Where?
Here.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Emma,
Yes.
if those out there that can't go to our event this Thursday, what should they be doing on Thursday night if they're single?
Whatever you want.
Oh
if you want to stay at home and eat ice cream by yourself, do that. If it makes you happy, that's fine. If you actually want to go out and have a Valentine's Day, that's fine too. Mm-hmm. If you want to go watch a movie by yourself or with some friends, that's okay. Do whatever you want that day. If you want to just order in. Who cares?
Whenever I'm single, the 2 years out of my 37 years of my existence.
Okay, you were not born
I was born in a relationship, and it was with food.
Oh.
No. But I just didn't think about, it's Valentine's Day. I just kind of went on with my day, right? Mm-hmm. You don't really have to even think about it.
No, I mean, like, I remember, like, having to create my little box. And even then I was like, I have to create a box.
Mm-hmm. I would say work out, Emma, or go to the movies, go, watch Netflix. There's so many different things you can do. And if you go to meetup.com, there's a ton of things probably on Valentine's Day.
You can come hang out with us for sure.
Yeah. Take a flight to Dallas and hang out with us.
Oh, yeah.
That would be fun.
For sure.
So it's just a day, everyone.
It is just a day.
I might stress about Valentine's Day whenever I'm dating somebody. But honestly, this day doesn't make or break the relationship. It's other issues that I have that make or break it. Mm-hmm. So this Thursday was an event at Vedora.
Yep.
It's in Deep Ellum, so everyone come out from 6 to 9. And it's been rainy up in here. And so
it's actually going to be like 70 degrees on Thursday.
Well, I hope so. I hope it's not raining because we want to record if it's raining. Because it's a patio.
Right.
It's outdoors, and if it's kind of wet, we're definitely not going to record. But we want to, so it's kind of 50-50 right now.
You guys can buy me a drink.
And I mean, nevertheless, we can just get fucked up.
Well, I don't plan on doing that because I have to work the next day and I have to function.
You can just call in.
No, I cannot.
Yes, you can.
No.
Okay. Anyways, come out, everyone. There's details on the website, on our Instagram. And it'll be fun.
Yeah. Like always, You guys can leave us an email, hello@datepodcast.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter @datepodcast. If this was your first time listening, thank you so much for your patience throughout this episode. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're on iTunes or Google Play, and leave us a review.
All right, so we'll see everybody soon. Hopefully, if not, we'll every week, every Tuesday morning. Right?
Yep.
We release an episode.
You're in charge of that, so yep.
And we have a great year coming up, so stay tuned.
Yes.
All right. Bye, everyone.